In this video, we are going to talk about why there is so much drama with the new mice released from Razer. And there's multiple ways you can really take this, right? Now, I did ask Razer in my briefing, our little Zoom call there when they go over the new product, is this your take on the Razer Viper Ultimate, the Razer Viper Wireless? They straight up told me no. Now, we know they came out with the little metal cheese grater one, everyone calls it, right? The little lightweight one. But the weird thing for me, and I think for a lot of you guys, is how similar this is. I said in my video, this is a Razer Viper Mini Wireless. It really is. Now, more in line with the wired one because it's lightweight. You don't got the rubber grips on the side. Golly, it's a spitting image. Going to this, some people would argue, oh, this is not a Razer Viper Mini Wireless. They got the rubber grips, the more weight, the RGB. It's more or less like the original Viper Ultimate. But again, you're using the exact same shape. We all know it in the peripheral community, with mice especially, shape is king. And when you compare shape to shape, it's a spitting image. It's weird coming from the same company. If we saw it from like a third-party company or some, one of these oddball mice out there, it's kind of like, okay, whatever's copy shape. Also on Twitter, I saw some other Razer reps coming out there and saying, well, we can't have 8 different SKUs of the Razer Viper out there. You got the Pro, you got the Ultimate, the 8K, the Mini. So would you have another one in there or just reclass it, rebrand it, keep the Mini, this shape as its own category, and then come out with the Cobra Ultimate Pro or whatever it may be, where it's lightweight without RGB. Myself, if I didn't do this for a living, I go in there like, holy smokes, I got 8 different Vipers. Which one do I get? This one just doesn't have RGB. That one's lightweight. It gets confusing. So I can understand them kind of making the Cobra or the Viper Mini its class of its own. That's personally what I see right there. It could get a little bit confusing. What if we go over here to the Razer Death Adder? One of my all-time favorite mice, guys. Absolutely love this thing. There are tons. Now, they discontinue some of them and make, certain ones and stuff, but there's still a lot of Death Adders out there. You got the original, and then now you got the, what is the V2 or it's the V3 Pro here, right? You got the V3 Pro and then the wired one and everything, and then again, the core Death Adder. This is honestly where it gets weird for me. This is a shape we all know. You come over to this, it's a new shape. Why do they stick with the Death Adder name here? That's what's really weird to me. Give this a different name. Call this the Cobra. You know what I mean? And stick with the Viper over here. That's really strange in my consumer eyes right here. That really weirds me out a little bit. You look at it that way as marketing, then you look at it this way, it's like, wait, what are you doing? You changed the shape, but you kept the name. Over here, you kept the shape, but you changed the name. Now, the other way we can also look at this, as we just talked about, like the shape and then the name change and then keep the names the same, so on and so forth, right? The specs or what is the mouse packing, right? So let me go on and get my scale out here. We're just going to check this just for the heck of it. What do we got here? Let's go on and get the Cobra wired on here, and we're getting 61.5. Or no, that was the Viper. That was the Viper Mini. See, so confusing. Yo, no joke. Whenever I was boxing these mice up, I seriously put the Cobra in the Viper box. And then we're getting 55 over here on the Cobra. So again, if you wanted that, and it's a little bit lightweight, but now when you come to the Pro over here, this is with our little thing on the back, you're getting 78.2. Now, is 78 grams heavy? No, it's not heavy. I've stated in multiple of my videos is when you get to a smaller mouse and you have more weight on it, that's when it becomes feeling heavy, right? If you got more weight on a big mouse, you're not going to feel that weight so much because it's filling out your hand. You're using more of your hand to actually move the mouse around rather than over here just in your fingertips. So yeah, you're going to feel that heavier weight over here on a smaller mouse. And then you take it over here to the Viper, what is it, V3 Pro? I forget all these V's. V2 Pro, right? You slap this on a scale, you get 58.9. You look at a bigger mouse, weighing less than the smaller mouse, but over here you have a whole lot more features and functions compared to this. That's where it gets, I think, a little personal for people, especially going on with the Pro name. I think we all have taken Pro, the word Pro, out of context for sure. But I think what people want, not what I think what I know people want is this in a Mini. They want the V2 Pro in a Mini. They want this and this over here. And that's kind of where we go into the Pro, like people taking, oh, well, this isn't a Pro. Well, why isn't it a Pro? What is Pro now? Is Pro just a Pro FPS mouse? I think that's where it's gone. Pro before was feature packed. Now I feel like the word Pro has come into like FPS, pro gamer, lightweight. I think we all have just taken the word pro and conformed it into whatever we want. Do you want it feature packed with RGB and this, that, or do you want it competitive style of mouse, you know? So take the word pro lightly. Let's stop making that into something else. You see, we're talking in circles here, and there's so many different areas or ways to go about this, right? Well, Razer took us from this kind of pro to this kind of pro, and now they're going backwards to this kind of pro. So we can take the word pro in specs and features and build and what it's packing our own way. But again, when the company's jacking with our head a little bit as well, different versions of pros, we kind of conform into that, and then they throw this at us. I think that's where the drama's coming from. Number one is passion, right? We all want what we want, and I think that passion's really coming out here. But again, seeing that different type of implementation of pro being thrown in a different direction again, I think could throw us all for a question mark of like, yo, why or what is this? At the core, like I stated in my video, no, it's not a bad product. It's a very weird product. Maybe you should have made the Cobra like the ZA shape. Maybe they should have called this the Cobra instead of the Death Adder. That's where it really weirds me out, you know what I mean? Not so much it being called Pro, or not so much it being not lightweight. Me personally, I love a solid built product. You all know that's one big thing. I've always been about my flex. Now we see everyone talking about flex. You know, it's been a big thing I've always harped on, is just having a quality product. Hence the reason going to the V2, V3 Pro Death Adder here, I can't stand them, because there's so much flex on all of them. The white ones, the black ones, the Facker one, the red one. I've had flex on all those. Hence the reason I main the wired one here, because I like a solid built product. And that's what I love right here, you know what I mean? So are they taking the time to really perfect it? Who knows? I want to hear from you guys in the comments. What would make this a great mouse? I don't think not having RGB, the downfall of RGB is the weight, right? The Bluetooth, it's weight. The DPI button, it's weight. The grip is weight. So, I mean, they have the platform right here. It's like, yo, just take all that off and you got the Viper Ultimate that everybody wants. It's that easy. That's my take. That's my future look. I don't got a crystal ball. I haven't heard anything. But I honestly think the Cobra is going to be our new Viper Mini. I could be completely wrong, but that's just what I think as a consumer. But again, I want to hear from you guys. This is a real juicy topic right now, and it's you know, a little confusing. I think a lot of people jump on trends, hype, and what are they seeing in videos and comments and stuff like that. Now we're seeing some people coming around and like, yeah, this is a Viper Mini, right? It's a Viper Mini Ultimate in a different direction that we really wanted. Once the drama, the excitement, and all the hype and all that stuff kind of settles down, which I was doing for myself to kind of just wrap this up a little bit. And I think that's what, you know, when we sit down and think about it, I think we all can come to an understanding on that and kind of see like, yeah, this is a little weird. I can see why they did it, but it's still weird, and I hope we get this. Anyways, I just wanted to have this conversation with you guys. It's been on my mind. Wanted to have a talk here with you guys, and I want to hear what you guys think as well about this. Like, what do you think? Like, what do you think about the Death Adder? Should they change the name there? Do you think this was the right move over here with the Cobra as far as a consumer or shelf space understanding products? I want to hear from you guys down in the comments. What do you think about the drama about the Cobra? And all in all, thank you so much for stopping by for this conversation. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I hope I catch you in the next one. Bye now.